Alright guys, so there's probably been a pretty noticeable drop in videos for this series if you're a fan of it, and there's a reason for that. To be frank, this series has been killing my channel. When it comes to recommending videos, YouTube isn't a big fan of promoting channels that have two very different types of content. If you look at my views from back before this series started versus what it looks like right now, there is a very noticeable drop off. But I did make a promise to finish this series, and I intend to keep that promise. I will be posting 2 more videos after this one for the series to get to its conclusion. What those videos will cover, you will soon find out, but this one will cover the entirety of the 2021 NBA playoffs, starting with our matchup versus the Memphis Grizzlies. There's not much that I can really say about this series that I didn't say in the playoff preview. We have the Grizzlies in the first round with home court advantage. As I said last time, I'm going to be putting Robert Covington on Ja Morant, and I plan on letting Brandon Clark and Kyle Anderson shoot as many 3-pointers as they want. Normally, I would say let DeJounte Murray shoot, but apparently he has an 83-point rating now, so that isn't a great idea. And offensively, I'm going to need Garland to step up, because our 2 best scorers, Cat and Brown, have Jaren Jackson Jr. and DeJounte Murray guarding them, so they're gonna need some help on that end. But with that said, let's jump into Game 1 versus the Grizzlies. We are heading into Game 1 on our home court versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Marvin Williams off of the rebound gets it to Jaylen Brown, who going in on Murray gets the pump fake, gets him the jump, and is able to finish. So much for Murray being a dominant force, but great play right there by the Grizzlies off of the inbound, setting the screen for Jaren, who got him wide open for the dunk. Speaking of wide open, Karl-Anthony Towns with the 3-pointer. Robert Covington getting the steal right there and getting it up to Jaylen Brown, who throws down the fast break dunk. Ja Morant wide open from 3, not able to get that to go. Still not a great 3-point shooter like 2 years into this, but 25 points per game you won't complain about. And Cat on the cut gets the dunk right there. In the pick and fade, Wiggins to the paint is able to get the and one. Once again, DeJounte Murray actually not playing great defense, but he makes a nice pass to Paul Millsap in the paint, who throws down the dunk. Robert Covington wide open at the top of the key, gets the green release. I think I've finally figured out his form to make it go in. That shot by Cat does not count, unfortunately, as we go into the second quarter. Murray with the mid-range pull-up. Garland gets that absolutely swallowed by Brandon Clark. He gets that to Jaren Jackson Jr., who gets the layup to go. Getting it a closer game now, but Garland is able to hit the 3-pointer to give us a 5-point game. Out to Jaylen Brown, gets a 3-pointer of his own, does that stupid 3-point celebration that I cannot stand, but Garland going inside, gets it to Marc Gasol, gets the mid-range jumper to fall. Nice simple play right there, but Gasol doesn't score too much, so I like to show it. Another mid-range jumper right there, this time for Jaren Jackson Jr., and Cat misses the wide open 3-pointer to end the half. Missed there by Brandon Clark, but he won't be doing that for long. Mike Scott with the pull-up 3-pointer on the fast break. Probably not the best shot, but he does get it to go. Terrible shot right there, but Cat gets the rebound, gets it to Jaylen Brown, and he greens it from 3-point land. 7-point game now, but this is when Brandon Clark starts to go into a tear. Actually, he misses that, so fucking ignore me, I guess. But look at this vicious throw down by Karl-Anthony Towns on Jaren Jackson Jr. Absolutely beautiful right there. Somehow Jackson misses that, but throws it down himself to get some revenge right there. Garland going inside, gets it to Cat, easy dunk once again, so 3 dunks in a row. Marvin Williams, I do not know why I did not take that layup, but Cat gets the 3-pointer, and 3 is more than 2 statistically, so I guess that'll work. Speaking of threes, right there by Ja Morant gets it to go. Garland able to get a dunk in the half-court set. I often forget that he can dunk with how short he is, but he does get that one to fall. Murray on the fast break gets swatted by Josh Okogie, but off of the inbound, Morant to Millsap, and he greens the 3-pointer at the top of the key, making it a 5-point game. But here, exactly how I drew it up, ball ends up in Okogie's hands somehow, and Williamson knocks down the 3-pointer to end the third quarter. Now Morant going inside on Okogie, able to get the left-handed layup to fall. Williamson gets swatted on his left-handed layup, and Brandon Clark on the break misses that, but grabs his own rebound and throws it down around 4 white jerseys. Then he takes Mike Scott to the basket despite a decent contest. takes him off of the dribble, gets that left-handed floating shot to go, gets this right-handed miss, but grabs the rebound, goes up with the left and gets that one to go. So 8 straight points from Brandon Clarke, and then Garland gets it to Brown, who goes behind the back to Cat, greens the three-pointer. On the pick and fade right now with Cat. Garland getting to the basket, finds Jaylen Brown wide open for 3. Another stupid celebration. But you know what? I'll take the 3 points. Easy layup right there for Marvin Williams off of the double team. Garland in the pick and roll now gets it to Cat. Gets that swatted by Jaren. Probably should have just went up with it with Garland. But I did not. But Brown going inside. Kobe to Shaq, except not really because they're not nearly as good. But that's fine. Jaren gets swatted, but Clarke is there for the putback. There for another putback. Jackson, Clarke for another putback. Jackson misses his putback. Clarke right there gets it tipped. Clarke goes up, and he finally gets that to go off after multiple offensive rebounds. We foul Jaren Jackson Jr. right there on that little shot next to the basket. Jackson is able to get the second free throw to go, and that makes it just a 1-point game. Garland gets it to Cat on the pick and fade. Should have taken the jumper. I was afraid it wouldn't go in, and Jackson's able to get me to miss the hook shot. Speaking of hook shots, Jaren able to make that over 2 defenders. That was a ridiculous shot right there. Cat driving inside. Clarke strips it as he goes up and gets fouled. And at the free throw line now, Clarke clanks the first one, but once the game speeds up, he's finally able to get the second free throw to go, making it a 2-point game. I had Covington open for a second there, but I missed it. But Cat in the post on Jaren, able to spin off and bank it in for the layup to tie the game up with 6 seconds left. Ja Morant with Covington all over him now, not able to hit the pull-up three-pointer. He's barely able to hit open one, so that definitely wasn't going in. Clarke continuing to kill us going into the going into overtime. Mike Scott down low, able to get the green release layup. I had to sub him in for Marvin Williams because he was incredibly tired. Once again, Clarke with the floater. His floater game is just absolutely insane. But down low, Valanciunas caught slipping as Cat was able to get the dunk. Clarke scores once again. You know, when I went to my game plan for this team, I was not expecting Brandon Clarke to be their biggest scorer of the game. Murray takes a really dumb pull-up shot after Garland greened his three-pointer. And then Garland on Kyle Anderson gets it to Cat. Has a lot of time to shoot that one, and he greens it to give us the 1-point game. Valanciunas down low, able to make a very tough shot. And then in the pick and fade, Cat open, gets it from Mike Scott. One dribble, takes the dunk. 1-point game now. Garland for the three-pointer, once again being stuck in these tough situations. And then Karl Anthony Towns crossing over on Morant, gets it to Covington, shoots the short jumper from like 2 feet away, which never happens in real life, but luckily that's able to go in. Would have really pissed me off if he missed that one. But miss right there. Garland gets fouled, and that was pretty much all she wrote as we beat the Grizzlies in Game 1. Cat with 36 and 17 did not struggle against Jaren like I thought he would. Garland with 16 points and 15 assists despite shooting poorly from the field. That's obviously a great game. And yeah, now we move on to Game 2, which we are going to be simulating. So after that game, I simulated Game 2, which we win pretty handily, even though they made it close at one point. And when I go to simulate Game 3, we find ourselves in a second overtime for the series, so I'm going to be jumping in. To start OT, we have Wiggins in the pick and roll with Marc Gasol, and he gets it down to Williams, who's able to get the and one on Jaren Jackson. You may notice that Cat is not in the game. That's because he fouled out, because pretty much every other time you simcast a game, someone fouls out, but Garland from way downtown able to get that three-pointer to fall. I got Williamson in the game for some extra scoring, gets it to Garland, who gets it to Brown on the break, who's able to green the three-pointer. So a 10-point lead early into the overtime, but Ja Morant able to hit the pull-up three-pointer. Murray gets swatted right there by, I believe, Marvin Williams, and then Garland on the break throws it back to Jaylen Brown, who has Murray on his back, and he greens that three-pointer. A 6-point lead now, but Jaren able to get the mid-range jumper to fall, and Garland attacking gets that mid-range jumper to fall. but it's not quite enough, and after this miss by Morant, we win in OT versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And I simulate game 4, and once again we win pretty easily. Though this series was a sweep, they did push us into 2 overtimes, so it was fairly challenging. Now in the next round we have the Warriors. If you watched the last video, you might be thinking I thought the Lakers or Clippers were the second round matchup. Well, I'm a big dumb brain, and I confused who we were playing by looking below the bracket, not above. Anyways, the Warriors are pretty much the Warriors roster as it is right now, plus March and Gortat, so that's pretty neat. But they are fully healthy, and D'Lo is their 6th man because 2K is really fucking dumb, so they're definitely nothing to mess with. Do I think we can beat this team, however? Yes. Do I think we will? Not really. But let's see what we can do to make this series easier on ourselves. First of all, Rocco is guarding Steph. Brown will defend D'Lo or Clay depending on who's on the court, and offensively we are going to feed Cat. And once again, try to go to Garland. Clay is on Brown, so that's a dead end, but when D'Lo is subbed in at the 2, Brown should have a field day. I'm also going to be feeding the ball to Karl-Anthony Towns because other than Kevon Looney, there is not a single big man in this game who has a single chance at starting him, or on the Warriors rather. I'm weirdly not as concerned about this series as I was the Grizzlies one. I do think we're more likely to lose this one, but the Grizzlies just had a way better matchup against us, and I did not want to lose to them. That's not the case for the Warriors, and I'm always confident in our defense, but the X factor here is they have Stephen Curry and the Grizzlies did not. And if Steph has proved anything in the last few years, it's that you can never count out a Steph Curry team, or at least a healthy one. Anyways, on to game 1. For this game, as you see, we're already pretty high into the score as Klay Thompson gets the 3-pointer. I cut down some of the early highlights and a lot of the highlights in this game because it was pretty damn boring. A lot of post-ups for Cat that were not that interesting. He gets the and one there over Stephen Curry. I'm going to show a few of them to highlight the fact that he was just a beast in the paint as I expected him to be, but not too interesting offensively for us here. I only showed 3 buckets in the first quarter, but Garland going inside now. Marc Gasol wide open for the long 2-pointer, gets that one to go. This was definitely an interesting game. The Warriors had a hot start, but we started to make the comeback and actually took the lead. Jaylen Brown with that mid-range jumper. Draymond Green with the pull-up mid-range jumper that I was not anticipating. Robert Covington with 2 defenders on him manages to hit that 3. I don't even know why I took it, but luckily I did because it went in. Cat down low with Kevon Looney. The double team comes. Garland open for a deep 3-pointer, gets that one to go. But Stephen Curry answers with his own 3-pointer off of the pick. And then in the face of Omari Spellman, Karl-Anthony Towns nails that 3-pointer. And to end the first half, Robert Covington open for 3 over Klay Thompson, gets that one to fall. In the second half now, we leave the greatest shooter of all time wide open. Luckily, he does not make it, so the real greatest shooter of all time, Jaylen Brown, just kidding, gets that 3-pointer to go. I don't even want a second for that to be an opinion that's out there. But Draymond Green with a mid-range fadeaway. What's really interesting about that, and that this will be a tangent, is that when you go back and look at Draymond Green's debut Summer League, he was like shooting hella mid-range jumpers. I know that's kind of weird, but like that's not what his game is at all. But in the Summer League, he was playing like Kobe. But yeah, greatest shooter of all time, open, makes it this time. Stupid off-ball foul that no one cares about happened, but the points count. Spellman dunks all over Mike Scott. Robert Covington makes that free throw, and then to end the third quarter, Steph Curry taking it up the court, spin move, gets me behind him, and he nails the 3-pointer. 3-point game now heading into the fourth quarter. Down low, Draymond Green has Josh Okogie with Gasol contesting, manages to make the shot out of the post. Baseline now, Andrew Wiggins with the mid-range pull-up. Takes it inside, gets swatted by Kevon Looney. And then Draymond on the break. No one picked up Steph, but there's also Glenn Robinson III wide open there. Bad shot there by Darius Garland as he misses the 3. And Draymond Green this time getting it to Steph after it was taken away from him, but he quickly got it back and he makes that one. Don't know who I was trying to throw the lob to right there, but Klay Thompson in the corner, you already know that's good. So maybe it would help if we stopped leaving, in my opinion, the 2 greatest shooters of all time wide open. But another open shooter there with Darius Garland getting that one to go. Contested floater by Curry drops, and he pulls up from mid-range here over Covington and gets that one to go. We were just not able to overcome them to end the game. Cat with 25 and 25 on 10 for 21 shooting, as well as 4 blocks. Brown with 14 was not getting a whole lot of support, and Garland was horrible. But to simulate game 2, I can't even remember what happens, but I'm live comming it now. I believe we win. Yes, we do. We win by quite a significant margin. But heading into game 3 in the 4th quarter, a nice block there by Marvin Williams, who gets it up to Andrew Wiggins, who throws down the dunk from Jaylen Brown, rather. And then Klay Thompson passing it up to D'Lo. I have no idea how that shot went in. Easy shot right there by Williamson, somehow misses, and then Glenn Robinson III pulls up from mid-range. So that was pretty much all she wrote right here. Garland going inside to Gasol gets like only the 2nd basket that I scored at the end of this game. Gets another one right here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The Warriors win this, going up 2-1 in the series now. And simcasting game 4 now. I really have no idea how to commentate on these things. So yeah, it's a close game. Last couple of minutes of the 4th quarter, and we're jumping in. Garland taking step to the basket, gets it to Cat, who gets the bank shot to go. Glenn Robinson III is wide open, does the stupid 3-point celebration. Draymond misses that floater off of the Jaylen Brown contest. Then on the break, I get it back to Jaylen Brown, who has Draymond trailing him, and he's able to get the easy dunk in transition. Glenn Robinson III is apparently the new splash bro, as he gets that one to go. Does not get that one to go, however. Cat grabs the rebound, Garland pushing it up. Pulls up from way downtown, gets that one to drop, so contributing offensively like I need him to. Cat unable to finish over Klay Thompson right there. And D'Lo to Klay, hits the 3-pointer out of the corner. So now a 6-point game. Garland to Cat to Covington. Misses the corner 3, but second time's the charm. My mistake, gets that one to drop. D'Lo with the mid-range pull-up. And then right here, Gortat on Garland. I bring the help because I was going to be an easy post-up. Unfortunately, I overcommitted. Klay is able to draw the foul on the dunk, and he gets both of his free throws to drop, as you would expect. And Garland to the basket, gets that one to go over Gortat and Curry. A pretty impressive finish, but Curry, amongst traffic, gets Klay Thompson wide open. The whole defense collapsed right there, and Klay was just able to get the easy corner 3-pointer. Brown with the 3 right there from the corner, and then Steph with the step back. Does not drop. 5-point game. We have it up to Brown, back to Cat, gets the layup to make it just a 3-point ball game, but Steph Curry finds just the slightest amount of space and kills our dreams right there. So we are not able to finish off this one either, going down 3-1. And simcasting game 5, like I said, I don't know how to commentate on these, so just give it a minute. 7-point game now. 6-point game now. Yeah, hopping into game 4, or game 5, sorry. Cat there with the rebound and the throwdown on the putback, plus the and one. Glenn Robinson the third splash brother, as we all know, getting that pull-up mid-range shot. Jaylen Brown is wide open in the corner. Had time to check the wind on that one as he gets the green release. Once again, I have to, just a terrible mismatch, and I leave D'Lo open there for the mid-range jumper this time. Luckily, it wasn't quite as guaranteed of a shot, but Covington from downtown. Nice 3-pointer right there, which gets us back in this game. Cat gets it to Garland, and then down by 1, I get it to Jaylen Brown, who draws the foul on Glenn Robinson III. So with the Warriors arena rocking, he's able to knock down both of the free throws with the green release. Amongst many improvements made by Brown this year, being able to hit his free throws is one of many. But Steph is able to hit that pull-up, making it a 1-point game. So I meant to call this a post play for Cat, but he gets wide open from 3 because I accidentally called a floppy set, and he's able to get that one to drop. And then with Garland, should have been Robert Covington guarding him, but he does a pretty damn good job of guarding him. Curry gets a good look, but it does not go, and we win game 5. So the Warriors are probably sweating now because they're in the lost a game after taking a 3-1 lead, but we'll see how it goes. We end up beating them again, so we're in game 7 now. Down low, Cat is able to finish that over Klay Thompson. There was a weird tendency by the CPU to put Klay Thompson on Karl-Anthony Towns, and it was really damn annoying. Nice finish there by Robert Covington. I would even switch to the Warriors to go change it, and then they would just change it right back. So I kind of took advantage of that a bit here, and being that we were in a Game 7, I was definitely taking advantage of it with Cat in this game, because as you will see, Cat has a great game. A beautiful bullet pass there by Darius Garland, who gets that to Brown, who throws down the dunk on Klay Thompson, and then now another great pass for the alley-oop for another Brown slam as we take a 12-point lead. Curry gets to D'Lo, though, who gets it to single digits off of the corner three-pointer. And then Wiggins now in the game gets it back to Okogie, who gets it to Cat. He greens the three-pointer right there. So a good start for us for sure. Glenn Robinson III not able to make that one to start the second quarter. And then back to Mike Scott. He is able to hit the pull-up three. And then Curry with Brown on him with the spin move and the long two. Just way too quick for me to even react. Darius Garland pulling up in the face of the unanimous MVP that happened a few years ago, so I don't know why I said it like he was defending. But he's able to pull up from the same spot and green it, and usually I hate those celebrations, but Curry is actually allowed to do those. But this play right here just shows how dominant Cat is and how little the Warriors can do about it. Able to spin inside and grab the rebound and finish it. Klay Thompson on Karl-Anthony Towns once again, like I said. But Cat's not able to hit this mid-range jumper to end the half, so we got a tied game now. Curry with the pull-up three-pointer like it's absolutely nothing. But Curry has Cat on him again, and you know that's not going to go well as he throws down the dunk. Brown with the up fake to Towns to a wide-open Robert Covington. I believe I said it earlier, but I completely figured out Robert Covington's jump shot in this game. Steph makes a very contested three over Rocco on that play. And Karl-Anthony Towns, Marcin Gortat's like 85 years old at this point, but doesn't make that shot right there right as I make fun of him, so probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, he really can't do anything against Karl-Anthony Towns. But D'Lo manages to hit that three-pointer, and as you can see, the Warriors have a pretty sizable lead. Andrew Wiggins with the take inside. We are down 18, I believe that is, if I know how to do math correctly. But Robert Covington with the cut inside with the and one. Karl-Anthony Towns able to spin off and get the dunk. Of course, able to finish over the Klay Thompson mismatch that the Warriors seem insistent on going to. I know he's like their only good defender besides for Draymond, but it's not that big of a deal that you have to put him on Towns because, you know, Kevon Looney should be able to handle him. But we got it to just a 10-point game, and on the break, Towns is able to throw down the dunk. Curry, though, with the pull-up, does not get that one to drop. An 8-point game now, and Garland gets it to Covington, who's able to finish over Kevon Looney. But D'Lo with the three-pointer, 7-point game. Klay Thompson misses that one. We only have a minute left, so we really got to get things going here. But Robert Covington to Brown to the cutting Cat, who's able to get another dunk, which gives him, I believe, 50 points. But right here, our season gets ended by a Kevon Looney face-up mid-range jumper. That's the dagger. That's the end of the season right there to, you know, spoil it. Because we're not overcoming this 7-point lead with 25 seconds left, even though Jaylen Brown hits this mid-range jump shot. So, yeah. Kevon Looney was our Achilles heel at the end of this, hitting the mid-range jumper. Curry getting the free throws to seal this one off. Williamson throws it out of bounds, and that pretty much ends all comeback hopes if they weren't done already. Garland's able to hit that three-pointer, but with only a few seconds left, this one's over, and we lose in Game 7 to the Golden State Warriors. I think we put up a pretty damn good fight, and we made that game close despite the huge lead they had going into the fourth. Nearly made a hilarious meme by beating the Warriors by being down 3-1. But yeah, Warriors able to finish this one off. And our season is now over. In the next episode, we will go over the draft and free agency, as well as the start of the 2021-2022 season.